To edit your website's content, go to the top and click on Edit with Elementor. We'll close out of this pop-up here. Click on Got It. And you are now inside of the Elementor page builder. Now, before we start changing the content on this page, it really helps to first understand how the website and pages are structured. Over here on the right, you'll see the structure panel. And if you don't see this, you can open or close it at any time by pressing on this icon here at the top. Within your structure panel, you'll see different containers listed. You can think of these like big sections on your website. If I click on this arrow here to expand and open up this container, you'll see another container that's inside of it. These inner containers are like columns within that big section. So I'll go ahead and open up this inner container here, and then you'll see the different elements that are inside of it. Here we have a heading, a second heading, a text editor, and a button. And if you look back at the page on the left, you can see those exact same elements. You have your first heading, your second heading, your text editor, and your button. Now, if we go back to the structure panel here, I can click on an element if I want to edit it. I can also click on this eyeball button here to disable it and click on it again to enable it. I can also right click on an element and go down and click on delete if I want to get rid of it. You can also reorder the elements on your page simply by dragging them and then moving them underneath or on top of a different element. I'll go ahead and move this heading back to the top. Okay, so now that we understand how the page and website are structured, let's start actually changing some of the content here. We'll first understand how to edit text. You can double click on text to edit it. You can also change it over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to change my heading to say, welcome to my website. Now I don't think I need this second heading anymore, so I'm going to right click on it and I'll go down and delete this element. I'll do the same thing for the text editor here. Next, let's go ahead and update this button. The first thing I'll do is click on the button and you'll see the settings for it appear here on the left-hand side. If I open up the type settings, you can change it from default, info, success, warning, or danger. In most cases, you'll just use the default button type. So I'll leave this as default. For the text, I'm going to change it from get started to read contact me. And under link, this is where the button is going to link to after a website visitor clicks on it. So for example, here I can start typing in a page name. I'll start by deleting the hashtag here, and then I'll type in contact. And you'll see my contact page appear here. I'll go ahead and select this. And so now after a website visitor clicks on my Contact Me button, it's going to bring them to my contact page. And now in your case, you want to make sure that this button has the correct call to action for your website. So for example, instead of Contact Me for you, it could say Shop Now if you're creating a store. If this is your portfolio website, you could have this say Check out my portfolio. And then you'll make sure it links to the correct page for your call to action. Okay, so now we've configured our website heading and our button. Next, let's learn how to change out images. Let's scroll down to our next container here, which contains a few different images. To change out an image, I'll start by clicking on the image here. And on the left-hand side, you'll see the option to choose an image. Click Choose Image here. Now I'll go ahead and drag and drop in my custom image from my computer. I'll drop it here. Once that file is uploaded, I'm going to make sure it's selected here. You'll also notice here your media library. This is going to have a bunch of different images in it already. This is because these were pre-imported from your template. So with my custom image selected, I'm going to go down to the bottom right and click on Select. And now my custom image will be uploaded here. And now I can go ahead and do this exact same process for the rest of the images on my website. Now, what if you want to add in a brand new element? Let's scroll back up to the top of our page here. Then go to the top left and find the plus button here. Clicking on this will allow you to add in new containers, grids, and elements as well. So let's say, for example, I wanted to add that second heading back in. I could find the heading element here and simply drag it and drop it where I want to. You'll see this pink line appear. This is showing you where that element is going to end up whenever you drop it. So I'll drop it in here underneath my first heading, and you'll see the heading appear underneath it. To undo that change, I'm going to press Ctrl-Z or Command-Z on my keyboard. It's a quick way to quickly undo a change if you weren't happy with it. Now let's go to the top of the page here and take a look at these different device icons. Right now we have desktop view selected. If I want to, I could change to tablet view by clicking on the tablet button here in the middle. I can also change to mobile view. As you can see, all of the changes that we've made so far to our website in desktop view have translated perfectly to mobile view. That's another great thing about using these templates. They are super optimized for every single device. And next to these device icons, you'll also see your page view. Right now we're editing the home page, but if you want to switch to another page, just click on the page here, and we can open up our About page, Services page, or Contact page. And you can also add in brand new pages here as well. To add in a new page, just click on this button here. Let's click on Save and Leave. And from here, you're able to begin building your brand new page from complete scratch. You can drag in layouts and elements just like before. But another really cool feature about starter templates, from here, if you click on the starter templates icon, you're able to import pre-made pages from other templates. So for example, here, if I like the outdoor adventure template, I can click on it to open it. And then I can freely import any of the pages from this template. So for example, if I wanted to create a services page, I could take it directly from this new template. Now, if you're only looking to add in a pre-made block, then go to the top here and switch from pages to blocks. And here you'll see all of the pre-made blocks that are available. And in the top left, you can switch from all, and you'll see all of the pre-made blocks that are available for different page types. So whether you're making a features page, a services page, or for example, an FAQ page, you can click on the one that you need. Click on the block that you like. I like this one here in the middle. Then go to the top and click on Import Block. And you'll see it appear here on your new page. Now the next thing we'll need to do is change the page name. Right now you can see at the top, it just says Elementor page and then draft. To change your page name, go to the top and find this icon here. And that's going to open up your page settings. Here the title will change this to say FAQ. Then we'll change the status from draft to published. And then whenever you're done editing your page, go to the top right and click on Publish. Now, as you can see here, the page name has changed. It says FAQ and it's no longer a draft.